The 25 foreign ministers said Monday that the suffering of civilians in Gaza has reached new depths. Leaders from 25 Western nations condemned Israel in a statement on Monday for drip-feeding aid into Gaza as more than 1,000 people have been killed while seeking humanitarian aid since late May, the Palestinian Health Ministry said. The Israeli military is responsible for most of those killings, according to Palestinian officials. The United Nations said in a report that most of the casualties occurred when people were making their way toward aid distribution sites, which were operated by the Israeli and U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Though the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, acknowledged firing warning shots toward crowds, it denied responsibility in other instances. The Israeli government's aid delivery model is dangerous, fuels instability, and deprives Gazans of human dignity. We condemn the drip-feeding of aid and the inhumane killing of civilians, including children, seeking to meet their most basic needs of water and food, the Western foreign ministers said in their statement. The suffering of the IDF said in June that it had reorganized its approach routes to aid sites in an effort to reduce friction with the population, but killings have continued, according to CNN. Civilians in Gaza has reached new depths. The statement was signed by foreign ministers of Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom, along with the European Union's Commissioner for Equality, Preparedness and Crisis Management. Since late May, 1,021 people have been killed and 6,511 have been wounded while seeking aid, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. Since just midday Sunday, 99 people have been killed and 650 injured as they sought aid. The Israeli government's denial of essential humanitarian assistance to the civilian population is unacceptable, the foreign ministers said, a signal of more direct opposition to Israel's actions as the country sinks deeper into its isolation. Israel must comply with its obligations under international humanitarian law. The Israeli Foreign Ministry rejected the group's statement, however, saying on social media site X that it was disconnected from reality and sends the wrong message to Hamas. Israel has killed more than 59,000 since its conflict with Hamas began in October of 2023, following a Hamas attack that left 1,200 dead and 251 taken as hostages. According to Gaza's health ministry, more than half of the 59,000 dead are women and children. The ministry and other international organizations see the ministry as the most reliable source of information on casualty data. Gaza's population of more than 2 million Palestinians is in a catastrophic humanitarian crisis, now relying largely on the limited aid allowed into the territory, according to the Associated Press. Many people have been displaced multiple times. Most of the food supplies Israel has allowed into Gaza go to the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, an American group backed by Israel. Since its operations began in May, hundreds of Palestinians have been killed in shootings by Israeli soldiers while heading to the sites, according to witnesses and health officials. Israel's 21 months of war with Hamas have pushed Gaza to the brink of famine, sparked worldwide protests and led to an international criminal court arrest warrant against Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Allies' criticism about Israel's actions has had little clear effect. In May, Britain, France and Canada issued a joint statement urging Netanyahu's government to stop its military operations in Gaza and threatening concrete actions if it didn't. Israel rejects criticism of its wartime conduct, saying its forces have acted lawfully and blaming civilian deaths on Hamas because the militants operate in populated areas. It says it has allowed enough food in to sustain Gaza and accuses Hamas of siphoning off much of it. The United Nations says there is no evidence for widespread diversion of humanitarian aid.